Hey guys, Random Tech Stories here, and today I'm going to be reacting to Deku vs. Asta, My Hero Academia vs. Black Clover. I figured I would react to this and watch this because of the fact I do, Izuku as stories, so I figured why not. I react to this, so you guys can be able to see my reaction, or at least hear my reaction. I'm not going to use a face cam. But anyways, though, I do know at least enough of My Hero, at least when it comes to Deku, because I'm not caught up with the manga nor the anime, because I'm at least caught up to Season 5. I have not watched Season 6 yet. Do not spoil me, please. So that being said, I'm not going to be watching Deku's analysis, because I think it's going to touch up stuff in the manga, which I don't want to be spoiled, so I hope you guys understand that, but I will at least watch Asta's, so I can at least gauge at least how much power Deku has, or at least sort of, because I can at least guess based off of what I've seen in the anime and in the movies. And I will say one of Deku's biggest feats is when he fought Nine, and when he did away with the big gigantic tornado attack that Nine did to them. Hard to say how much that would be, but it's a lot, I would say. He has access to Black Whip, but I don't know if he has access to anything else. Oh, wait, no, yeah, I remember. He has access to Smokescreen, Danger Sense, Float, and I think something called Fa Jin. Don't know what Fa Jin is, but I think my friend said something about it storing kinetic energy or some shit. But that being said, let's get into this now. So we will get into Asta's analysis, and we'll go from there. And then I'll be able to gauge at least, like, who could win. So let's go. 3, 2, 1. Start.
Magic! You know it, you love it, and in the world of Black Clover, it doesn't come from a box you bought at a tacky West Hollywood costume shop. Everyone's got it.
Mana is the source of all magic, a supernatural energy found in the air and in living beings. Except living beings whose names are Asta.
Not only was the young Asta an orphan abandoned by his mother at a church as a baby, he was born with a mutation that prevents him from having any mana to speak of. Well, neither do I, and you don't hear me crying about it.
Yes, you do, all of the time. But Asta had a dream. Despite his lack of magic, he and his best friend Yuno promised each other one of them would rise to the throne of the greatest military position in the land, the Wizard King.
Huh.
Wizard King? Really, guys? Sometimes they call it Magic Emperor, but we all know what they mean.
So he dedicated himself to getting swole as all hell. In a world of nerds, he would be its lone jock god, shoving every last wizard into a locker until they crowned him king.
But huge, frightening pectorals on a tiny, screaming goblin child weren't enough on its own. He needed something powerful enough to shut down his opponent's magic.
He needed the 5-leaf clover grimoire.
Essentially a book of spells, a grimoire will choose its user and float beside their wielder at all times.
And Asta was lucky enough to receive the Una reverse card of grimoires. The 5-leaf clover can harness the power of anti-magic, which will literally nullify the effects of other magic spells. Almost like wizard kryptonite.
Okay. But I've actually read a lot about this, and more accurately, I've actually seen a lot of comments about people saying that this guy will be able to cancel out Deku's abilities. I'm going to clarify right now. Deku's abilities is biological. It is in his DNA code. It is not magic. It's been stated multiple times throughout the entire series that quirk is like a muscle. In Season 3, when they go to the training camp, Vlad King even mentions that the way to strengthen the quirk is to basically break yourself in order for it to come back, twice as strong, because that's how you build regular muscles, is that you train until your muscles are super tired and then they repair themselves. So that being said, I don't think that Asta's anti-magic is going to work against Deku's abilities. So yeah, we'll see. But I'm pretty sure the swords can hurt Deku, I'm pretty sure. So that being said, let's continue on. 3, 2, 1.
The locker stuffing commence! Haha, get nerds!
It wasn't long before Asta was accepted into one of the 9 squads of Clover Kingdom's Magic Knights, the Black Bulls, filled with lazy drunkards, antisocial otakus, and literal sociopaths.
My kind of people! Mostly. But much like with Asta, you shouldn't judge a grimoire by its cover. And soon they were all working together and kicking ass like a family should.
Asta harnesses the power of anti-magic by summoning swords imbued with it from the grimoire. Normally, these swords would quickly drain the mana from anyone foolish enough to wield them, but Asta does not have any mana, turning his greatest weakness into a one-of-a-kind strength.
He's got his classic Demon Slayer, an enormous great
that
sword which
means-
cuts through spells with its edge
Well,
and
no, I'm pretty
deflects
sure it
them
wasn't
with
a
its
sword.
flat. Or the Demon Dweller, which can also absorb and copy magic, then toss it right back to sender.
I think my personal favorite is the more complex Demon Destroyer, which severs the relationship between a spell's cause and effect, countering the effects of its magic. This could result in anything from healing a village that was inflicted with poison to preventing reincarnation.
Yeah, okay, some of these can get a little heady. I personally prefer keeping it simple, like using anti-magic telekinesis to surf on your sword through the sky.
It's worth noting that these swords are made specifically for countering magical attacks and sources of mana. The
Oh.
swords will act as though blunted when striking non-magical foes, more akin to giant clubs than actual blades. Not entirely inconsistent with
okay,
real-life
so how much
greatswords.
force can
But
he
none of
wield
that's
with
even
club?
close to as cool
That's
as
probably
his
a problem.
deadliest sword, the Demon Slasher, a katana as black as the pits of hell and twice as badass.
This one actually does cut like a sword, but
Oh.
it's complicated. It lets Asta actually select what he does and does not want to cut, only affecting his target while leaving anything else unharmed.
Okay, at this point, isn't that just magic?
Magic with a loophole.
And he studied the blade long enough to become a master swordsman to boot. Not in the real life sense, in the anime sense.
He can spin himself like a tornado to deflect magic spells, thrust forward at top speed like a charging bull, launch a barrage of anti-magic projectiles, and even channel anti-magic into his swords to vastly increase their
Oh,
size.
nice.
Well, while he may be no good with mana, he has learned to detect ki. Because, of course,
The life force existing in all things. Asta can detect hidden opponents and even predict their movements ahead of time, as long as he's fast enough to react.
with such crazy powers, Asta was taking on threats like the Eye of the Midnight Sun, the Devil Zagrid, and the Dark Triad. So many nerds, never
Wow.
enough lockers. Too bad for Asta, though. He had one serious inner demon.
Literally, housed within the five-leaf clover grimoire was Liba, a demon exiled from hell for completely lacking magical powers, and who just so happened
Oh.
to get adopted by Asta's mother.
Oh.
Until he got possessed by a different demon and killed her. Vowing
Oh,
vengeance on
that's-
all demonkind, Liba manifested
That's fine.
anti-magic from his hatred as a way to kick their asses. Which gave him and Asta a lot of common ground, despite the whole, mom murder thing.
In fact, the two became true brothers and formed an unstoppable duo.
Oh.
Liba can actually fully merge with Asta for a massive power boost that lasts up to 5 minutes, at the cost of leaving Asta nearly powerless for the next half hour.
Come on, I want it. Yeah, I'll take it if I get to be strong enough to slice buildings to pieces, obliterate huge chunks of earth, and tear the most powerful demons apart. Give me the goddamn book.
I'm the book boy, okay? Even characters earlier in the series like Patoli had magic capable of completely vaporizing the entire Clover Kingdom in a single attack.
Oh.
And demons that Asta has fought since then like
Yeah.
Dante and Lucifero are leagues stronger.
Hell, screw all these demon forms and anti-magic powers. Asta's body is so incredibly well trained, he dodged a beam of light while sleeping. As in, he was asleep, and the force of his sneeze pushed his head out of the way of a beam of light. Light speed
Well, doesn't that
sneezes,
seem like dumb
everyone.
luck?
And despite his headstrong and irritating personality,
AKA screaming at the top of his lungs as often as possible.
Asta's an intelligent fighter who has leveraged his skill against far more experienced foes.
But he wouldn't be anywhere without the ragtag band of deviants he calls friends. With them at his side, there's no way he won't climb the ranks to take the Wizard King's throne. Especially with Yuno pushing them both to get stronger.
Unlike other classic shonen rivalries, this one isn't tainted by antagonism. They truly want what's best for each other, even if they're competing for the same throne.
Yuno's gonna need all the luck he can get, cause even if Asta never gets mana of his own, his true magic is never given up.
Okay, so I do believe that Asta is stronger than Deku, because while Deku was able to clear away entire cloud attack formation or whatever, I will say Asta was able to counter or fight against somebody whose magic was able to destroy an entire continent, which I don't know how big this continent is, but it's probably way bigger than Japan, I'm going to say that much. So that's definitely way more than what Deku can do, like way more. So And when it does come down to speed, Asta's able to use key sensing, so I'm thinking he's able to use that all the time. Well, for Deku, he has danger sense, but that's a quirk, and quirks have limitations. I don't know what the limitation of danger sense is. Sorry for that voice crack, that was weird. I don't know what the limitations is, but we'll see, I guess. That being said, who do I think would win? Asta's demon form is able to last for 5 minutes. Deku can't even use 100% of One For All without breaking his entire body. So I'm going to say that Asta is going to win this, sadly. I wish I could have seen a different matchup with this, but you get what we get, so... 1458, let's get into this fight. In 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh!
Give it up for our 26th World Martial
Sword that big? He's gotta be crazy strong. I'm gonna have to rely on more than just my power to take him
Yep,
down.
get acting like Deku.
and the Black Wolf Magic Knight, Asta!
Just gotta hit him really hard.
Oh, and his anti-magic isn't going to work against Deku. I know that much. Ooh.
Man, this guy can give even Luck a run for his money.
Oh.
Aren't swords supposed to be sharp?
Oh, so then, yeah, obviously. Okay, then that's good.
His speed isn't slowed by his sword's weight at all. Gotta hamper his movements and get that book out of his hands. Huh? He found me!
Oh, Black Whip.
Now it's my turn!
Wait! Are you not using magic? What kind of magic can
Okay, now he knows.
if I can't beat a guy like this? Detroit Smash!
Oh, but he can do some of those back, right? Oh, he pulled out the katana, the one that can actually cut.
Detroit Smash! Detroit Smash!
Oh, well, too many Detroit fans, but... Well, Deku would do that. He did use his cheek to do smashing and shiver.
I don't know what Detroit is, but I've had enough of it.
Oh.
I'm ending this quick! Hit me with all you've got, because I'm never going down!
Oh. Oh, this is good. Oh my god. Come on. Yeah. Oh,
No use not going all out anymore. I just gotta hit him. Really?
hard. Come on. This is awesome.
Wanted my best? Here it is! 1,000,000%!
What? Oh, this is awesome. Oh, what?
I did it.
No, you didn't. What? What?
Take that, Detroit.
What?
Asta takes on last year's reigning champion.
That makes zero sense. Those swords aren't supposed to stab through. Those swords aren't actually supposed to. What?
Ah, poor Deku. He
They would
tried
be
his
clubs,
best,
wouldn't they?
but Asta just shoved him into that great big locker in the sky.
Both Deku and Asta were fairly
I mean,
evenly
I knew
matched
Asta was gonna
melee
win,
fighters
but-
without any specific
Let's
abilities
see
to
what they
give
say.
one an
Kinda wanna see
easy
what they have to
edge
say
over
first.
the other. Though, to be fair, the variety of quirks Deku inherited from past users of One For All did make him more versatile and unpredictable.
Plus, quirks are biological mutations, not connected to some supernatural energy source like mana, so Asta's
thank you.
anti-magic powers were basically useless here.
And Deku was generally a smarter and more tactical fighter, but against Asta's incredible might, this time Brawn beat Brains.
Let's crunch some numbers!
Oh, boy.
Deku's greatest feat of strength was splitting that enormous cloud formation with Bakugo.
By measuring the
That was a
size
random
of
guess, to
the
be honest.
island and comparing it to the clouds above, we can determine they dispersed over 63 trillion kilograms of water.
Oh wow.
That's
Jesus.
the weight of the Great Pyramid of Giza. 12,000 of them!
Really?
And required an energy of nearly 80 teratons of TNT per punch.
Let's compare that to
Wow.
Asta. But Toli's spell was going to be strong enough to vaporize a country the size of the Clover Kingdom.
We can use this map from the manga to estimate the size of Clover Kingdom to be about 500 kilometers in diameter.
Oh, wow.
About half the length of Great Britain. Vaporizing a
So,
country
yeah.
of that size would require an energy of over 480 teratons
Wow.
of TNT, over 6 times greater than Deku's punch.
While Asta uses anti-magic, it isn't an automatic
Slower,
counter.
can't
It
safely
needs to be
access-
comparable in
which is true.
strength to the spell
Swords,
it's combating.
kicks.
And Asta's
What?
gotten
What the fuck
way
is-
stronger since.
Asta was also quicker. Sure, scaling to
Anti-magic.
Shigaraki
The only
would
minus
give
Asta
Deku
had was that
roughly light
anti-magic when I
speed
back
reaction
forth, which
time.
is true.
But Asta could dodge light in his sleep, and that's his
Again,
base
that still
form,
feels like
even
luck,
before
but whatever.
transforming with Liba to get way faster.
And since Deku and Asta's precognitive abilities more or less matched each other, it was only a matter of time before Asta
And gear
simply
shifts,
overwhelmed
like,
him.
Especially
gear
since
shifts,
Deku
what?
has struggled in the past against faster opponents. Sure, Deku was smarter, but if he literally didn't have enough time to come up with a plan of attack before getting hammered, his brains were wasted.
Deku's tactical brilliance and harem-scarum tenacity definitely gave his opponent a run for his money, but Asta's raw power, blinding speed, and deadlier weaponry spelled the end for All Might's pupil.
Deku gave it his all, and I wish he had won. Hasta la vista.
The winner is Asta.
Hasta la vista. Ah. Booms.
Hey, if you want
Fuck
more Death
off.
Metal ASAP, why not grab a membership? You'll get exclusive
I'll see
emotes,
who's next,
badges,
but I don't know if
live
I'll
chat,
react
live
to it.
streams,
I'll
and a
react
bunch
if you
of
guys want me
behind-the-scenes
to.
stuff.
That's only if you guys
Just
like
click
it,
that
but
join
let's see.
button. Thanks for watching.
Oh? Oh, is this Gogeta versus Vegito? Or Gogeta versus Vegito? Oh my god. Oh, that's gonna be great. Okay, that's gonna be cool. I'm still not gonna react to it, but I mean I'll watch it, but I won't react to it unless you guys want me to. I just want to react to this one because it was specifically My Hero Academia, and I do Izuku as stories, so I figured you guys would want to see this. That being said, I liked it. I liked the song. The animation was a bit eh. The voices were eh, in my opinion. I think they could have done better for Izuku and Asta. I don't know how Asta sounds, but I don't know if he's supposed to sound like that, because that just sounds super scratchy. Well, for Deku, he just sounded like a complete dork. Well, he does sound like a dork in the anime, he doesn't sound that much like a dork. And I don't know if I agree with how he killed Deku, because I think he could have just used the katana to just go, because I think he was out cold after that punch, because his eyes definitely seemed like he was out cold. So I think he could have definitely just gone up underneath him and just stabbed him with the katana. I feel like that would have been better. That being said, though, I did agree with the outcome. I just don't know if I agreed with how it happened. But, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did, please leave a like for more and comment down below if you guys would like to see more of these in the future. And as always, stay cool, guys. Peace.